Let's talk a little bit about the transfer process. A lot of students use Columbia College or any community college as a gateway to a university. That would be that 4-year bachelor's degree. There are multiple resources online as well as counselors, and we use these resources every day to help students understand transfer requirements, processes, and special little nuances at each school, which makes it somewhat challenging to navigate the system. First of all, I'd like to show you how to access the Columbia College Counseling website. It's a little bit buried in the website right now. So you go onto the gocolumbia.edu main homepage, and from there, if you look at students, you go all the way down here to student support resources and you'll find counseling. That's the easiest way I know how to show you right now. So you get on the Columbia College Counseling page. It shows you how to access the calendar, and it also gives you some links over here at the side. We're going to look at transfer information for this purpose. Right here, it just goes into a lot of detail about what does transfer mean. Hint, hint, you might need that for your assignment. Also about what is required to transfer, what's a transferable unit, what's general ed, what's all of these little things that students ask all the time. So that's a great resource for you, first and foremost, straight from Columbia. Now, I want to show you a website that we use to help students navigate what classes they can take at Columbia in order to transfer to a university of their choice, especially in a major of their choice. This is called assist.org, and this is what it looks like right now. They're going to be updating the website sometime in the next year, but right now this is it, and you can see here explore transfer information or explore majors. Maybe you know exactly what major you want and you don't know where you want to go yet. Then you can click on the Explore Majors and then click on this next major tab, and then you know maybe what area of study you want. Maybe you want to be a doctor, so you're going to be maybe biological sciences, and you can press continue. And now they're going to ask you to select a discipline, and there's all these different things for biology. We thought maybe doctor, so let's go medical sciences, and then continue. And then this lists all the different state schools, so CSUs or UCs, that offer the related degree. So it will list each individual school: Cal State University Dominguez Hills, Cal State University Fresno, UC Davis, San Francisco State University, UCLA. Right? So it has the different options for all the different schools and all what they call, what they're called at each of these things. Let's look at UC Davis, and we will look at right here, biological sciences, just general sciences, which then it tells you a little bit about that major at UC Davis. They don't like the standard IGETC general ed pattern because it's a unit FAT major for sciences. And then in this area, we can select a community college that we're at, which we'll scroll down and find Columbia, and then continue. And then here is list, Columbia College and also our surrounding areas. Maybe you're using Modesto or Delta College or anything like that that will, help you meet requirements, and you can play with their stuff too. But in general, this now gives you what's called an assist report. And this lists special advising notes and all kinds of requirements for admission. Now this is all in their lingo. And so these course numbers are in their listings, right? And so you got to know what that means at Columbia. So you scroll down here, and now it will show you what at UC Davis you can take at Columbia that meets those requirements. So for those 3 classes, you can take Bio 2, and then Bio 4, and Bio 6 to meet those requirements. Here is our Chem 2A, 2AL, 2B, and 2BL. And you just go on like that down the list. That's what's called lower division major preparation. And that's what you can take at Columbia in order to get eligible for that transfer to UC Davis. So that's one way of determining what you can do at Columbia to help you in your transfer goals. Another way is maybe you kind of know where you want to go. So let's say we're starting at Columbia College, and we want to see what Sacramento State has to offer because we want to go there. We maybe have some relatives in the area or something. And I want to be a psychology major, and I want to go to, actually, let's be kinesiology major. It'll show you a little bit of difference from your educational planning resource hunt that you will see later, just a little comparison. So just a reminder, we're at Columbia College. We're looking at an agreement with Sacramento, and now we're picking our, oops, I just clicked on the wrong thing. Now we're going to pick the kinesiology major, which would be like sports science or pre-physical therapy. So kinesiology at Sacramento from Columbia College, and this gives you some special notes here. There's different ways you can major, things that you can direct in, and they have different requirements, which are listed again in their lingo. We do have a Bio 10 at Columbia, but that does not mean that it's their Bio 10. You've got to look in this assist. It's called articulation. What counts for something at Columbia counts for something over there. In this case, Sac State. So here, this Bio 10 class is our Bio 2 or our Bio 17. Our Bio 22 is, or their Bio 22 is our Bio 10. Their Bio 25 is our Bio 10 and Bio 60. And so you see these multiple times. You only have to take them once, of course. And then you scroll down the list. Okay, so there's a lot of courses that you need in order to be eligible for their program. Now, transferring is a tricky business. You need 60 units, and you need a combination of those 60 units to be general education courses and major prep courses. Depending on your major, there may be more available to complete at the community college level, and you really just want to maximize your 60 units. So you want the best 60 units possible. They will take up to 70 units in general, but you really want to make sure the units that you're taking are the most effective for you. So in transferring, this ASSIST program becomes really helpful. The private school sector is not involved in the ASSIST program. Some of the schools offer articulation just at their particular school. So, for example, University of the Pacific has their ROAR, R-O-A-R, set up, and that's a very good articulation with surrounding schools. So most of the time, if it's a private institution, we have to work directly with the school's admissions office and see what can count for what for you. And a Columbia College counselor can help you do that. But in general, transferring, again, includes 60 units of transferable coursework. That's courses numbered 1 through 99. And then depending on the institution that you want, you got to make sure it transfers for that. So if you want to go for a UC, you got to make sure it's UC transferable, and CSU transferable coursework. And then you have to have the right combination of your 60 units, and assist.org can help you do that.